Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Vince Young, and I'm doing a little video for the wall so I can share with the rest of my classmates about why I decided to do digital cinematography. And I was actually taking an animation class, and I'm pretty good at that too. But I figured, going a different direction because this was more what I was doing. I placed on the movie soundtrack for Noobs, and Noobs is a movie with Bill Bellamy, Robin Williams' daughter Zella Williams, that guy from Jay and Silent Bob, the guy from Starship Troopers is on there. So it's pretty funny. So that's my little claim to fame. So once I start getting those royalty checks for that, I figured, this is what I want to go to school for. Another reason why is because I'm doing a lot of commercials for people, and I'll be doing advertising and marketing. So I figured, like, having this equipment and actually going to school to learn how to do film, a lot of stuff I've been capturing, I can capture it more professionally. So it's kind of hard. For me, in my experience, this ain't nothing against nobody else or whatever, but I never see the black people make it to the credits in the movie, so I kind of live my life now to where I try to make it to the credits. I remember I was in high school, and middle school actually, we did the West Side Story play, and we was doing the snapping and all that. When you're a Jet, you're always a Jet. And I remember I got killed in scene 2. And I spent the rest of the time behind the curtains with the teacher. So ever since then, I try to make it to the credits of the movie and whatnot. So, anyways, and I got this thing that I'm working on. I can't really tell everybody everything about it because I'll be making money with this stuff. But I got stuff that I'm working on and putting together. And in my computer, I have 5 computers in one computer. I got this big beefed up PC. And they using Vegas and Blender and Maya and Adobe After Effects and I was putting it all together. But my buddy, he got hired at the Indiana Packers doing the film work, and when I showed him how I was doing it, he said, "Wow, man, this looks good, but that's not the way that we do it. When we do it, we do it a different way as a process." So even though what I was doing was good, he said the problem I would have is when I got to the industry, I would be bringing that stuff that way, and they wouldn't know what to do with it. So I went up to a TV station to get a commercial on. The reason I'm telling you guys is because this is why I decided to take this class. I went up to a TV station, and I was trying to get a client's commercial played on the Weather Channel, and they put it in, and the guy said, "Well, this is HD, but this is not real HD." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? It's HD, right? I've been shooting HD videos with all my cameras." He said, "No, this is 1080. He said, "But the way you do it when it goes on network, if Comcast gets it, Time Warner, Spectrum, any of those big places are on the for a plasma TV, they're going to stretch your video. So you have to export it in the H.264. And before I was doing MOVs and AVIs, but the H.264 with the correct settings on it allowed me to get that commercial played. So that's something that I learned, and I didn't even have the program. None of my programs would render in that format. I couldn't even convert it. It took away from the quality. So he took me into the studio at the TV station and said, "Hey, this is how you do it. These are the programs we use." And I'm looking at all the programs, and I'm like, hey, what is that? What is that? And I wasn't familiar with most of those programs, but I told him what I was using. Then I saw After Effects, and I said, "Well, I know After Effects." And I said, "You use After Effects?" So I was like, "I got that program." He said, "Yeah, we use it." He said, "Matter of fact, you can render it out here in After Effects. Just do it in your program, and then take it to After Effects and render it here, and you'll get H.264. And so I was like, "Oh, wow." So I did it, tried it out a couple times, brought it back. The difference in the file size was the one that I rendered out of my program was about 24 gigs. When I did it through an After Effects and rendered it out on an H.264, it was like a gig, something like that. So 24 gigs to a gig, or even smaller than that, 500 megabytes. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what it's supposed to be. And I took that stuff in and started doing it. Now when I look at the quality for the videos that I put up before, now that I learned that, is a complete difference in the quality. So it's not always the camera that you use, which I do got a pretty good camera, as you can see. but it's also the settings and all that. And where else am I going to learn that? But I'm going to Full Sail. I'm a Full Sail student, so I said, you know what? Digital cinematography.